As a God of War fan, even I didn't ask for this live action rendition they're doing. If you had said they were doing a full-on animation, I'd have been down with it because there's more leeway and more room to do more kick-ass things, more expressive fight scenes, combos, action. There's more to do. There's more room to have fun if it's an animation. If you said it was motion capture graphics and motion capture suit with all the original cast for the 2018 God of War game, and they're using the in-game graphics or a beefed up version of the in-game graphics for a movie or a TV show, I would have been more satisfied with that than what we're getting right now.
But why?
Because at least we know it's the exact same team involved, and they're going to put the same spice, the same joy, the same excitement, the same creativity, everything that they put in the 2018 God of War and Ragnarok game. They're going to bring that same fire and then some for the TV show or the movie. And I would have not had any problem whatsoever with that because we're going with the original team and squad. When you say you're doing a live action rendition, that's where the whole thing gets messy. And if you ask a lot of the fans who are really into this franchise, if you gave them the option of animation or the current in-game graphics as a TV show or movie, which one are you? They'll probably be happy with either of them. But when you say live action, people be like, oof, I don't know about that one, boy. That's a different story entirely, because now you're going to have to do recasting. Means we have to get used to the new voices. We have to get used to the new faces. And then I said in my previous video as well, how the actor moves or how the stuntman moves or how the stuntman moves for each character is going to be very, very important. We have to fall in love with these people again, with these new people again.
I alone can never be. Right?
Use your knife and trace the runes into the sand.
Really? Kinslow. Something happened!
And for those of us who are honest, we know we're going to be low-key judging them because of the epicness we already got from the 2018 God of War and the Ragnarok game. Because the story was so peak. You don't want new people to come in who aren't even fans of the game, who haven't even played the game. They might have to be playing the game. We don't even know what the process is. You don't even know what the thinking is behind this whole thing. Who reached out to Amazon Prime and said this would be a cool idea? Why not just reach out to the original team that did this thing and said, listen, we're thinking of bringing this story, this character, to a TV show or movie. Which one are you happy with? Then suggest 3 different mediums. Animation, with the original voice actors for the game, in-game graphics animation with the original voice actors and everyone else involved from the game, or a live action with new actors and actresses. Which one do you feel satisfied with, and which one do you feel the fans will be ready to support?
That's a good question.
For some people, they will just say it's business. Just because it's business doesn't mean it should be incompetent and stupid. Why would you choose something so difficult to take on? What are you trying to prove? Who are you trying to prove this to? No one that I know of anyway that is from the major fan base of this franchise, from the OG voice actor, from the OG game to the reboot or refresh that is currently present, none of us or most of us didn't ask for this.
That's right.
If anything, like I said, if anything, we'd have preferred you keep everyone as is on from the game and carry them over to do the exact same work for an animated series or animated feature-length movie. Or you do the same thing, the exact same team with the in-game graphics or a beefed up 4K version of that graphic. So it looks crisper and it's closer to more realistic than the in-game graphics. And it's the exact same team, writers and everyone involved for a TV show or a full-on movie. Both of those scenarios or versions are a win-win.
He ain't lying.
The live action, however, you're going to face different challenges, not only from the fans, meaning we all have to collectively, or most of us anyway, not all have to, most of us have to, for the sake of your show working, we have to like the actors and actresses you've casted. God forbid we hear one actor who says not only doesn't he like gaming, but he's always disliked the God of War franchise. But for them, it's just another job to just do, to just play the role. That would rub some of the fans the wrong way. Everyone who hears something like this, we'll keep our fingers crossed, but we also hope the people involved love the source material, have heard of the source material, have been excited to jump into the source material. We would love to hear that they're gamers. Look at Henry Cavill, for example, when they casted him for Witcher. He was already into that franchise. He was already into that lore. So much so that Netflix didn't like the fact that he was so specific about what Geralt would do and wouldn't do, how Geralt would talk, the fight choreography. That's the kind of person you want on your team. That's a very good example of something that can work, because you casted someone who believes in the franchise, who partakes in the franchise, who feels if you're going to do it, do this thing. If you're going to do this thing, do it justice and do it properly. Now that was a very, very good casting, even for Ciri. And I'm not a fan of the game. I've never played the game. I've never jumped into the lore. I love the concept though, but I'd rather wait for a current version of the game, or a new version of the game where the graphics is much better and animation is much faster, much more fluid than the previous one.
Yes.
Amazon has chosen to do this thing, and by announcing it, you didn't even do a test announcement to see we're thinking of doing this thing. What do you guys think? You just chose to say, hey, we're doing it. Get ready. Everyone's eyes is already on it. In fact, I imagine some people are low-key waiting for this thing to flop, to fumble.
Willingly. Yes.
To be a disaster. This is the same people who did Rings of Power. What a absolute complete trash show, and an insult to the Lord of the Rings franchise, to the Lord of the Rings name, to the Lord of the Rings lore and experience.
He ain't lying.
That even didn't make sense to me. You're going to bring Lord of the Rings from cinematic experience to TV.
How, Sway?
Just because Game of Thrones did it. Even though Game of Thrones wasn't on the same level as Lord of the Rings cinematic experience, doesn't mean it wasn't epic. It was epic, but it's not the same. It's not the same. Don't lie to you. It's not the same. So that means you have to spend a lot of money to make sure it looks as good as the Lord of the Rings on the cinema screen. If you can bring that world to TV, to streaming, and it looks epic.
Nice.
Your storytelling is on point.
Yes.
Your acting is on point.
Yes.
The fight scenes is on point.
Yes.
The monsters is on point.
Yes.
Entertainment is on point.
Woo!
Then people will rally behind your project.
You don't understand.
But if you take the piss and insult the audience, what the f do you expect us to do?
Damn.
What the f do you expect us to do? Suck your cock?
Come on, son.
The last thing I saw this actor in was I've forgotten the name. Zack Snyder's is it Moonlight? Zack Snyder's movie, his Star Wars world thing he wanted to make for Netflix. And the role he played was meh.
That's right.
And this is the same actor you brought to play Baldur, one of the standout characters in the God of War 2018 game. One of the standout characters. Dude, the guy who did the voice acting for Baldur, and then the guy who did the motion capture, are they the same people?
That's a good question.
Are they the same?
A few moments later.
Because that work was clean. Epic character work.
That's right.
Voice acting, tonation, the way he mocked Kratos, the way he moved. The nonchalant behavior he had, everything was done very, 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 very well.
Hey, just give him. What? Can you imagine the ass whipping? Land it on him. Service him. Give him again.
Everyone brought their A game to the God of War 2018 game. Everyone brought their A game. So when Amazon says we're doing a live action rendition of this thing, a lot of people like myself would have been like, why? Who sent you to do this dumb shit?
Damn, son.
We haven't asked for this stuff.
Yeah!
Why not just do an animation so we can see something different? Or do, like I said, the in-game graphics, or beef it up with 4K and, you know, put some extra detail so it looks close enough to live action.
That boy is good.
But it's still the exact same team. At least we know they're going to put their heart and soul into it and make sure it works well. It'll be a win-win for everyone. For Amazon, for Santa Monica, the voice actors, the whole team involved, everyone gets paid, and for the fans who love the franchise. We'll rest easy knowing it's the exact same squad. Then we're looking forward to them doing some epic stuff that they can't necessarily or couldn't do in the game, or they never got to do in the game, but now they get a chance to do in the live action / in-game graphics. Because you've got everyone who's wearing their motion capture suit, just like the Andy Serkis did for Gollum.
That's what I'm talking about.
That feels more like a no-brainer than anything else. Stick with the exact graphics, beef it up, spice it up, 8K the thing, 10K the thing, 12K the thing. It looks crisper, hair looks more real and all that stuff. It's a win-win. It's an absolute win-win.
You ain't lying.
But instead, you've chosen this path, and now we finally got our first look at the actor who's playing Kratos.
Damn.
All the pages I've seen on Instagram that are sharing the first look, people are pissing all over this thing.
Damn.
Let me explain.
No!
Does not compute.
Some people are like, what did you expect? Because they already know from day one it's trash. They already know it's not going to work or it's going to be mediocre. How do you bring something this epic?
None.
God, that was getting long, man.
I have it!
In that case,
Hurry!
finally!
Oh, that return was swift! That return, the way she ran like a samurai was swift, man!
You are free.
How do you challenge yourself? Not even challenge, how do you choose to do this? And already your first look, people are pissing. This is what I said in my previous videos. This is a task that is you've chosen to do an unnecessary task.
Yes.
Completely unnecessary. I keep saying stick with the original team because you don't have to go and look for new actors or actresses that the fans may not like, might not like, or won't like at all. You're just sticking with the original people we already all familiar with. But now you're bringing in new people to play beloved characters we've all fallen in love with over the years. We're going to be comparing their version of what we're in love with the original.
Let me explain.
He didn't sound like Kratos. He didn't say it like the original Baldur. He didn't laugh like the original Baldur. I wonder if the voice actor for Mimir, or actor for Mimir, is coming back to do I wonder if he's staying, like meaning they didn't change him, because
This is just a moment.
it's just a strange thing to do, strange thinking to operate under.
What do you mean by that?
If you cared, you would step differently. You don't care, and then if I say it's money, I need that to be justified, because you have to pay new actors to do this thing. And if you see an opportunity and you say you want to make money off this thing, do one of the two simplest things: animation or motion capture with the original team. Those are the only two competent, logical pathways to follow if it's money Prime is interested in. We've done our research and we've seen that this franchise from Sony called God of War, there's a lot of money in there. We can commission the people or reach out to Santa Monica and say, give us a story for the screen, give us a side quest, whatever, do something, or we're doing a retelling, or we're doing the origin story. What you've already done, we want to bring it into a cinematic experience for newcomers as well as the original fans. Sure. How do you want to do it? Cartoon or in-game graphics? Well, it's up to you, whichever one. Let's go. But when you say live action and you want the money, it's like the two aren't meeting. The two are not making sense for me. You want the money from the fans, but you're not even asking the fans which one would you prefer. Do you want us to do a live action, animation, or in-game graphics rendition or version and go forward with that one? Which one do you want? You haven't even spoken to the fans. You just woken up one morning and said, yeah, we need to go into this franchise, this Sony or gaming franchise. Oh, we hear God of War makes a lot of money. So if it's money you want, surely it makes sense to respect the fans and the audience that the money is coming from and give them what they want.
Well, duh.
Who's in charge of this whole thing? Do you game?
That's a good question.
Are you a gamer?
No!
Have you played the game?
No!
Do you know the story?
No!
Do you like the story?
No!
Did the story move you?
No! God!
You just heard money and you've seen dollar signs and pound signs and money, money, money. Fine. Fine. It's a business. Fine. Fuck it.
Hold on.
Do one of two things. Animation or in-game graphics. Speak to the fucking audience, the people who the money's going to be coming from. If this thing doesn't go well, we should be able to show these people why you shouldn't fuck around with the fans.
That's what I'm talking about.
The plus side of this is you're going to be giving people jobs. Makeup artists, stunt coordinators, stunt work, stunt team, costume designers, everyone, voice acting, lighting, everything, graphics, everything aside from the actors. Actors are going to get paid nonetheless. Aside from those guys, aside from the actors, everyone else involved to make the thing come to life. You're already giving those guys an opportunity, which is cool and all. But you can give those people opportunities on a different story, on a different project, on a different adventure or experience. Not this is too beloved to mess up. This is too beloved to just jump on and say, this is what we want to do. Like it or not, it's going to happen. Because if the fans want to boycott this show, they will boycott it very, very good. Your first look has got people laughing at your oh my gosh, man. I saw it today and I thought, goodness gracious, what is this? That guy doesn't feel like Kratos. Even when we saw the side by side, this is your new actor who's playing Kratos. Some of us are like, it's okay. It's okay. But no. So the next thing to do is, okay, we need to show them what he looks like with the makeup on and everything else. And then we didn't even see, I didn't even know they had already casted the little boy for Atreus. All I just saw was the first look. It's Kratos and the little boy for Atreus. I actually thought it was someone doing cosplay.
What?
And now every other actor or actress who's going to be in the live action show, I'm now more worried about after seeing the main guy was supposed to be following doesn't look the part fully. The first look release of him and his son doesn't feel like it was in the game. And whether you like it or not, if you're taking something, an original thing, to then turn it into something else on screen, you will have people judge you by that original foundation, whether you fucking like it or not. So for all the give it a chance ninjas out there, for all the have faith ninjas out there, shut up.
Wow, you are mean.
No one asked these guys to do this thing. You're going to sound like a broken record again. Either stick to animation or live action, in-game graphics, motion capture to do the live action version, and that's it. But you chose to go another route. How they're expecting to make money off this thing is some form of magic that I've not heard of, because the first look is already out now, and most of us are going to crap on this thing, do our own videos, do our own talks, how we feel about it, we'll think about it for a little while, mock it, laugh at it, have hope, or maybe he's going to work out some more. Maybe we just need to, turn up the saturation. Let's see how it looks when it's on video. Let's wait for the first trailer. Let's wait for how they all sound when they talk, for example, and then maybe that's when we can really make our judgment. You're watching the thing and the first look of the thing you're going to be watching for how long doesn't look inspiring enough, doesn't look sexy enough, doesn't feel like, yes, this is it. Doesn't have that fire. Come on, son. And then you want us to give it a chance and wait for a trailer. You want us to wait and hope. Our first instinct of what we've been shown for the first look doesn't feel right. I don't need to wait for a trailer. Sometimes all you got to do is show someone in a costume and be like, yep, it's going to be a badass show or movie, just because of the way they've put the person in the Look at Henry Cavill for Geralt. I imagine there are people who are deep hardcore fans of The Witcher and didn't like Henry Cavill's casting, but yet he still did a very, very good job, a good enough job. Despite all the bullshit that was happening on set and off set and behind the scenes, he still did a very, very good enough job. For someone who has never seen, who has ever played the Witcher game or heard about it, that'll be the first time experiencing Geralt via Henry Cavill. I will still salute the man for sticking to his gun, saying, based on the original character, this is how to do it and how not to do it. I will salute him there for sure on that one. I will never say, oh, that was the wrong casting, or he's too big, or he played it very, very well. I've seen video clips of Geralt in The Witcher 3, and the way he talks, everything was just close enough. It's palatable. It's done well. And Henry, you know, his size is, it's appealing to say, okay, this big guy who moves like Conan and is very, very skilled. He knows his magic, he knows his spells, he knows how to pull. Come on. It's the story that they did, the story they chose, and it's how they chose to tell the story that really messed up a lot of people. I don't know about the fans though, but newcomers are like, not sure about that one. But everyone stuck around because of the authenticity Henry Cavill brought to the character. Siri and everyone else outside of other characters, I don't know how your mileage may vary, but I know I was here for Henry and Henry only. Everybody else was like, yeah, side characters. I didn't mind Siri's acting though sometimes, but the story I feel could have been done a lot much better. But because of the bullshit behind the scenes, people, I assume they just casted Henry for his physique and his looks to get women in. Some men, of course, yes, but maybe to get that, you know, extra female audience in, a female target audience to put eyes on the show. Again, if you don't have any passion for the project you've chosen to work on, don't bother, man. Don't fucking bother, because you're not going to get our money, the true hardcore fans. Who is this shit supposed to be appealing to?
Does not compute.
The last thing I remember seeing this actor in is Zack Snyder's Moonfall, whatever it's called, movie. And he was okay in that villain role. He was just about okay. I don't like him at all for Baldur. At all. Baldur was such a unique character.
That's right.
That you need to find someone who's very, 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 very skilled to play Baldur. Very skilled. Very, very, very skilled. I got zero faith in this thing.
Damn.
I got zero hope in this thing. The first look is uninspiring. The first look doesn't have me looking forward to this thing. The first look doesn't have me, you know, feeling like, yeah, I trust these guys. Ever since Amazon did what they did to Rings of Power, and even, oh, I've forgotten the name of the show, the witches stuff, season 2 and 3 was just pointless. I don't even know if they've cancelled it. You want money from people, but you're not willing to respect the people. You're not willing to sit down and do some proper research and say, which path should we follow for this particular IP, for a TV show or movie. And you can win doing either, as long as you stick with the original team and cast members. You can win doing either of those two.
Shut up and take my money.
You can even do a prequel like the Sons of Sparta thing. You could have used that story as an animated series with the original, the OG voice actor. There's infinite possibilities to do, man. I don't trust Prime at all. You messed up Rings of Power and Wheel of Time. That's the name of the show I was talking about earlier on. Wheel of Time. You messed them both up, so I don't trust you.
Is that how you feel?
And your casting so far is wishy-washy. So far. No one is saying the actors suck, they're stupid or incompetent. But it is a tall order to find the exact appropriate actors and actresses for something as beloved and as powerful as the God of War franchise, the 2018 version. It's a tall order.
You ain't lying.
It is a tall order. That's why I say again, one last time, it makes sense to keep the original cast members and do an animation, or do a live action Andy Serkis version with the original 2018 and Ragnarok cast members, everyone involved, from plus the writers, makeup artists, the writers, everyone. I feel you have more of the fan base on your side if you'd stuck with that route.
No shit.
Instead of saying we're going to do a full-on live action, which doesn't fully bode well, because you're going to get people judging the new people you bring on board against your original work. Rightfully so. Anyways, let me know how you feel in the comments below. I've of course been your one and only multi-potentialite, neurodivergent host, the Kosmic Jedi, signing out. Thank you for watching.